Clean and Safe is what's called an enhanced service district. So we're a 501c3 nonprofit, and we provide janitorial, public safety, and downtown programming support for currently 213 blocks in our downtown Portland. We take about 1,500 calls a month of what we call low-level, no-violence calls. These are all calls that if we didn't exist would be going to the Portland Police Bureau.
Right.
And these calls would not be attended to.
Okay.
Because there's, again, no violence, no weapon. This is low-level trespass, low-level disorderly conduct. A lot of it is welfare checks, people that are just down. We know they're alive, but they're not looking well. I just finished my report. I have to do a report every year to City Council. We had, I think, 87 overdose saves. And that was where our safety team, with GuardWorld's our vendor, they're fantastic. They were first on scene, administered Narcan CPR combination, and saved that life. And I tell City Council every time I go before, I'm so proud of that number because that's 87 Portlanders that might not be with us.
That's right.
But we're not first responders. And again, in our name, we're an enhanced service district. And we're really filling a gap of a very underfunded, undersupported public safety system and social service system.
Mike, thank you so much for being here. Can you tell us about your journey to Clean Start and your road to recovery?
Yeah, I grew up in Portland playing soccer, baseball, things like that as a young boy. Life was good. I started dabbling with drugs. Into my 20s, I was addicted. And when I got the news that my father had passed away due to a gunshot, it was real devastating. And I left the treatment program that I was in at the time, and I moved onto the river. I would notice myself going sometimes up to a month without a shower, walking around, not interacting with people. I ended up getting stabbed. I ended up getting shot. I lost my job. I lost my wife, my children. And there was a big void there and a lot of hurt.
Sounds like it's really rough living outside.
Well, it's not only rough, but you throw an addiction on top of that to where you're smoking dope. And when you wake up in the morning, you can't move your fingers and you can't move your toes. And then you try to go out and just get enough to get well enough to start doing it again. And that's where it makes it impossible. Behind the addiction and behind the abuse, there's awesome people that just need a little assistance and sometimes a nudge in the right direction, and especially care.
So what do you do for CCC?
I show up at 6:30 in the morning. We meet as a team, and I'm a union rider. So I team up with the driver, and we go out and we check on a lot of people, a lot of the camps. We do assessments. And we take a lot of trash daily to the dump.
We're required, and I always am very happy to share our statistics for our cleaning program. And just to give you an idea for our contract cycle, which is October through September, the main categories we report on a bunch of, but it's bags of trash, 65,600.
Wow.
Individual bags of trash. 31,500 graffiti tags are removed. 70,700 biohazards. We call those ones and twos and everything else. And then 48,200 needles that are collected in our 213 blocks. And again, that's just one contract year with our contract with CCC.
Wow.
We had a cleaner that said, and he spent a long time incarcerated.
Yeah.
I think his first formal job was with Clean and Safe. And he said, if you would have asked me a year ago if I was texting a police officer and telling him where the Honduran drug cartel was dealing drugs downtown, because we had that 2 summers ago,
right,
I would have said, absolutely not. I don't work with the police.
Exactly.
And the fun part is you ask the officers who actually are getting those texts, and they said, yeah, if you would have asked me a couple of years ago before I got on this unit that I would be texting a cleaner with Clean and Safe and working together to arrest some pretty bad people and get basically poison off our streets, it's changed both of their mindsets. And they're seeing the world through the eyes of a police officer, and that police officer is getting to know that cleaner as a person